Hello, friends. This is Scott, and I'm staring at the back of my pickup truck, getting ready to go down to the hobby farm again. And I'm wondering, as I don't like to go empty-handed, do I take that big pile the easy way, the big pile of bark, or do I follow this little journey with my puppy Lincoln to show you how far I've got to carry material that I could take instead of taking the easy way out? I decided to ditch into the house there. But I'm coming all the way down here, again, long trips, all the way down to what am I going for here? What am I looking for? Oh, there's the chicken family here. Let's see. There's the good stuff in the chicken yard. I've got way too much really good compost in here. So do I take the easy wood chips, or do I take this long walk with 5-gallon buckets and fill up the pickup truck and take a drive down to the hobby farm? As you see here, these stairs are the reason why I don't use a wheelbarrow here, because it's just not really feasible. So there's my two best friends, my two Home Depot buckets. So I've got a choice. What am I going to do? There's the empty truck, and I've got to decide, how much energy am I feeling today? Do I go with door number 1, which is right next to the truck? Still need to get rid of these, but I want to use a lot of this material in the chicken run, and I need to remove the old material before I can use this material. So, do I choose door number 1 for a quick trip down to the hobby farm? Let's see what I choose. Well, I chose the chicken manure, or the chicken compost. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. It's really piled up in here, which is awesome, but I've got lots and lots of material here. And this is the fertility I need to make the beds down at the hobby farm. So I'm going to take a load of chicken manure down, or chicken compost, because that's what I need next. Because I started the hugelkultur down there, if you remember, with sticks. And this will be the first of the planting beds that I make. And I've got a bunch of bushes that I ordered early in the spring, and they've been sitting in pots, and the pots are too small, and it's just been hot. And it's time that I need to get those bushes planted, and I can't plant them until I have a planting bed or two. So that was the main deciding factor as to why I chose the chicken compost today. Now, I'm using the lasagna method with the hugelkultur, and I've got wood laid down. Here's a good look at the good stuff. Now, this is soil. I mean, this is heavy stuff. This isn't light, fluffy, nice compost. This has been here for so long, it's turned into really good soil. So I've got my work cut out for me carrying these buckets. And again, soil's heavy. Bark is easy. No big deal when you carry 5-gallon buckets. But I'm going to earn my money today with this material. So here's the first load. As you can see, that's 1 bucket, and so I've got a lot of buckets to go to fill this truck up. So let's get busy. It's not going to do itself. So, well, while I'm out taking these trips, the chickens enjoy. After I dig in the soil, they get all through here, and they're looking for all the bugs and the worms and any of the spit and grain that's been buried in here. They just love it. And I am using the hugelkultur method at the hobby farm, so I've got sticks laid down already. I'm going to screen some soil from the big mound of dirt, as I've shown you numerous times. And then once I do a base layer of that material, the dirt, loose sifted dirt, I will use this compost to go on top. And then I will later, not this trip, but I'll plant the bushes, and then I'll cover them with the bark that I've already taken down to the hobby farm, or load up another truck. But I'm not sure how much I need here, how much I need at the school garden, and I can use as much as I can possibly take down the hobby farm. So I want to use as much here at my suburban yard as I can in the school garden, but I've got to do it in order, or I'm just moving material unnecessarily too many times. Now, after I filled up the truck, this is a little less than a cubic yard, I think. It's really good stuff, though. It's got some sticks in it, but no big deal. I'll be putting it on top of sticks. So what I always check on my little Toyota Tundra here, it's just a 1/2 ton. So how do I know how much material I can take down? It's how low the back is sinking down on the tires. And a couple of years ago, or maybe it was even last year, I went to the nursery and I thought I was buying some looser material, but I had them dump 2 cubic yards of topsoil into my truck. And I barely made it home. I mean, I was bottoming out and scraping, and it was just not a good thing. So I got to drive 100 miles, so I'm not going to load this truck down unnecessarily. But this is how much material I decided I'm going to take down, and it should be enough to do the at least a bed down there. So here's a look at how much material I have left in the chicken yard. I mean, I've just got tons. And underneath this raised coop, I've got lots of more looser material. So I've got, who knows how many truckloads down. But here's what I got going on in the coop. I've got these cute little friends that aren't even afraid of me. They're just staring at me. And I always need to trap or shoot these things with my pellet gun, but they're too cute when they're young. So I'm it doesn't feel very sporting when they're just kind of sitting here staring at me. But if you see one, how many do you think you have? Well, there's 2, 3 I've already seen, and there's probably 7 or more in here. So I've got to take care of these critters when I get back. But they're kind of cute at this stage, but they definitely are not something I want hanging around in the coop. So we'll take care of these guys on another day. The truck loaded, I still had a little energy left, so I decided to pull some more of this material out and just throw it in one of my raised beds that I made this year. And just I need to top this off, and the soil is settled, and I'll just keep adding fertility. This is a first-year bed, so I'll just keep adding and keep adding, and then I'll throw some wood chips on top of that. As we screen back across by the pond, you see my yard's a mess, and the chickens are really going to town. But that's how much stuff I removed today. As you see, there's lots more. So this is the first of many trips, as I have many beds to make, and I know I do not have enough material to do everything I want down there, but I'll just, I want to maximize it, and I want to scoop out as much of this stuff as I possibly can before I throw the new wood chips down as the next layer for next year's compost. Well, here we're back down at the hobby farm, and here's a big pile of dirt, and here is my old sifter, my compost screen. And the reason I sift it is because I run into all this kind of stuff, and as well as a lot of other rocks. Now, the screen is a 1/2-inch hardware cloth, so there's some smaller pebbles that are screening through, but those are fine in the soil. I just don't want trash and big rocks and all that kind of stuff in my planting bed. So I've got lots of screening to do, and it takes time, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. But here's a look at the sticks, and this is on the south side of my yard, in the very front of the yard, in the front of the backyard fence. And I've got lots of sticks, probably more than I really should have here, but I needed to get rid of sticks before, so I piled them up. So I smashed them down a little bit, and here's what it looks like when I dump some wheelbarrow loads of the sifted soil. Now this is subsoil, topsoil, a little bit of everything mixed together, so it'll be good. It's probably got a lot of minerals and nutrients in it, but we'll cover up the sticks with this material, as you see here. And there's still a few sticks poking their heads up here and there, but it's good enough at this point. So after I had all the sifted soil down, I drug the hose over and decided I'm going to water all this in, so hopefully it'll settle as well as it can up to this point, before I start adding the next step, which is the chicken compost. And there's my 2 buddies that came with me. And I could just scoop it out 1 scoop at a time, but I just find it easier just to fill up buckets and then just dump them on the top of the beds, and then I'll rake it out. So there's the material, and here it is, about halfway through, maybe a little more, as you can see how it looks. This raised bed will get much taller as I plant the plants and add 4 inches of the wood chips. So here's a look at what it looks like. I'll put edging in later. Not going to worry about it right now. I just need to get this bed settled in so that I can plant the bushes. But I'll put in some landscape timbers or something just to kind of edge this part of the yard off. But first bed is in, and it looks pretty good, I think, and it should be very fertile. Now I had a little extra of the chicken compost, so I had a little cardboard from the water heater I replaced a couple weeks ago. So I'm just going to use a shortcut here, a little different method, no sticks, because I'm out of sticks now. But I just put cardboard down just to smother whatever weeds or grass, and then I'm going to just throw compost on top. And here's a look at the dirt. This is how much I was able to remove this weekend. I found a big boulder right in the middle. So we're getting rid of this dirt. I've got tons and tons of uses for it, so it looks ominous, but it's going to be put to good use. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you.